A grandmother and granddaughter jumped to their deaths together, because the grandmother saw the granddaughter's suicide note. Without hesitation she stepped on a stool and jumped after her. While the whole family was puzzled by this, the father also picked up the letter his daughter left behind. After reading it, he finally understood why his mother followed her granddaughter, and even felt that her death was a kind of release. When the eldest daughter asked about the letter, the father refused to reveal what it said. At first the girl thought he was hiding it because the police were around, but even after the funeral, he still wouldn't say a word. He only said there was nothing special in the note, and claimed the grandmother killed herself out of sorrow. But the girl clearly remembered. Her grandmother said poor girl before jumping. The girl was certain the suicide note had everything to do with her grandmother's death. But the father angrily knocked over a bowl of fruit, and shouted for them to stop asking questions. Seeing how emotional he was, the mother and daughter didn't dare press further. Later the girl went to her sister's room. The walls were covered with photos of their mom. Just the day before, her sister had been excited about her upcoming debut, yet on the night before fulfilling her dream, she chose to end her life. She remembered how her sister had promised to buy the family a big new house after signing the contract, but now all of that was gone with her sister's death. Just as she was lost in memory, she suddenly heard the sound of her father collapsing drunk. She and her mother rushed to get him onto the sofa. At that moment, her mother quietly reached into his pocket and pulled out the hidden suicide note, but after just one glance, she went weak in the knees like the father had. The girl asked again what her sister had written, but seeing her mother unresponsive, she tried to grab the letter and watched in horror as her mother swallowed it, then told her it was better if she never knew what it said. Faced with all this, the girl couldn't understand. Just 2 days ago her family had been happy and whole. How could everything fall apart so fast? She couldn't figure out what kind of secret that letter held. Just then, her father woke up on the sofa and learned that her mother had read the note. His face filled with despair. He said sadly, "Now she's in hell with me too." The girl couldn't understand why everyone who read the letter looked so terrified and kept saying they were living in hell. Suddenly overwhelmed, the father left the house, and the mother said she needed some air. Before leaving she told her daughter to take care of herself, but by morning, neither of them had come back. The doorbell rang unexpectedly. The girl opened the door full of hope, only to see a stranger standing there. After a short conversation, she learned her father had drowned himself at the lake. She rushed to the scene. When the white cloth was lifted, she saw the familiar face and collapsed to the ground, unable to accept what had happened. She refused to believe her father would die over a letter and insisted on finding out the truth. The authorities showed her a video, clearly recording her father slowly walking into the water. The girl stood in shock, tears streaming down her face. She couldn't understand what could be in that letter that made everyone who read it feel like they were living in hell. At that moment, her mother suddenly appeared beside her, calm and composed, saying she would reveal the letter's contents at the press conference tomorrow. That night at home, the girl found her mother strangely calm, not grieving at all over the father's death. Instead, she cooked a meal with all her daughter's favorite dishes and set the table neatly, with bowls and chopsticks for the grandmother, the sister, and the father. After dinner, she cleaned the house spotless. The girl thought her mother was just coping with grief, but the next morning, her mother put on elegant makeup. In that moment, the girl had a bad feeling.